In this life, there comes a moment, a strange and surreal crossing of paths where the universe starts to whisper directly into your soul. You feel it, don't you? It's subtle at first. The same numbers appearing over and over again. 1111 on the clock, 222 on a license plate, 333 in a phone number. You might brush it off. Coincidence, right? But then it keeps happening. A song plays that reflects exactly what you've been feeling. You think of someone and they call. A dream predicts a conversation that happens days later. These are not random. These are the tremors before the quake. These synchronicities are the universe knocking at the door of your awareness, telling you, wake up. Your time has arrived. I've been there. I didn't always understand it either. I thought I was losing my mind, but I wasn't losing it. I was expanding beyond it. You, too, are not crazy. You're awakening. Chosen ones, when the signs start flooding your life, it's because you're being activated. Think about it. What are the odds that all these coincidences are happening just now? Why now? Why you? Could it be that life is trying to guide you towards something greater? Could it be that you've been living inside a fog, and the synchronicities are the rays of light breaking through, pointing toward your true purpose? Let me ask you something that goes deeper than anything you've ever asked yourself. What if you were never meant to fit in, because you were born to stand out, and the universe is finally showing you the door to that destiny? Will you walk through it? You see, the chosen ones are not chosen by accident, nor are they superior. They are simply those who chose themselves in a past life, a forgotten dream, a moment of divine courage. They chose the difficult path, the one that leads through trials, pain, loss, and ultimately, awakening. That's why your life might have felt harder than others. That's why you've struggled. Because you came here to transform, and through your transformation, transform the world. You were never meant to live an ordinary life.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
And those synchronicities, they are divine breadcrumbs scattered across your path to remind you of your mission. Every repeating number, every unexplainable coincidence is a message coded in the language of the cosmos. But here's the kicker: it's not enough to just notice them. You have to respond. You have to tune in and take action. It's like the universe is sending you a text message and you're just staring at your phone without replying. Why? What are you afraid of? Maybe you think you're not ready. But readiness is an illusion. The universe doesn't call the prepared. It prepares the called. And you, yes, you are being called. Are you listening? When I first started seeing these signs, I was lost. I didn't have a guidebook. I didn't know if I was imagining it all. But something deep inside whispered, trust it. And I did. I started paying attention. I kept a journal of the signs. I meditated on them. I asked questions like, what am I being shown? What am I being asked to do? And slowly the picture became clearer. I wasn't being led in circles. I was being led home. You might be wondering, why me? Why not you? Do you think it's a mistake that you're hearing these words right now? Nothing in this universe is random. Everything is connected. You were drawn here because your soul is ready to remember, ready to activate, ready to rise. There's a revolution happening, not one of violence or politics, but a revolution of consciousness. And every revolution needs its leaders, its torchbearers. The chosen ones are those who light the way for others, not because they are better, but because they've been through the darkness and found the spark within. And you know what? You felt that spark too. It's that unexplainable urge to do something more, to break free from the matrix of 9 to 5, to find truth, love, connection, to heal. It's the desire to understand life beyond the material, to dive into the mystery, to live authentically. That urge is not just a feeling, it's a calling. Ignore it, and life becomes stagnant. Embrace it, and everything begins to change. But let me be real with you, awakening is not easy. It requires shedding layers, beliefs, fears. It requires walking alone at times, feeling misunderstood, even judged. But would you rather be accepted for who you are not, or rejected for who you truly are? That's the choice every chosen one faces. And when you keep seeing these synchronicities, it's because that choice is no longer in the future. It's now. The time has arrived. What will you do? Let's get practical for a moment. When synchronicities appear, pause. Don't just acknowledge them, engage with them. Ask yourself, what was I thinking about when this happened? What emotion was I feeling? What does this sign point to? The universe speaks in symbols. Your job is to become fluent in that symbolic language. Meditation helps. Silence helps. Nature helps. These are the spaces where the noise of the world fades and the guidance becomes clear. You don't need to seek answers outside of you. Everything you need is already within. Synchronicities are simply mirrors, reflecting your inner wisdom back to you. And here's a truth many won't tell you: you are not alone. There are millions of chosen ones awakening across the globe right now. You are part of a soul tribe, scattered like stars, but united in purpose. When you step into your power, when you follow the signs, you give others permission to do the same. Your courage becomes a lighthouse. Your healing becomes a ripple that affects the collective. Never underestimate the impact of one awakened soul. Let me ask you this: what if the pain you've endured, the challenges you faced, were not punishments but preparations? What if everything was leading to this very moment, where you finally say yes to your true self? Would you still regret your past, or would you see it as the forging of your strength? I've seen it over and over. People who ignored the signs, who tried to conform, who silenced their inner voice, they end up lost, disconnected, yearning for something they can't name. But those who listened, who followed the breadcrumbs, who trusted even when it made no sense, they found magic, purpose, joy. Not because life became perfect, but because they aligned with truth. And truth liberates. So when you keep seeing these synchronicities, don't dismiss them. Don't fear them. Lean in. Follow the thread. Let it take you deeper. This is not just about numbers or signs, it's about destiny. Yours. There's one more question I need to ask you before we continue. If you could live fully as your true self, free, aligned, powerful, what would your life look like? And what's stopping you from living that life now? Because chosen one, your time has arrived. How chosen ones unlock their destiny and change the world. There is a profound shift that occurs when the chosen one moves from simply noticing signs to mastering the flow of life itself. It is one thing to see the signs, the numbers, the dreams, the repeating patterns, and to feel the wonder of the universe's attention. But it is something else entirely, something far more powerful, when you understand why these signs are showing up, what they demand of you, and how to move in perfect harmony with their guidance. This is the bridge between awareness and transformation. This is where the chosen step into mastery. It's where your life ceases to be a reaction to external events and becomes an intentional creation, aligned with purpose, fueled by inner power, and radiating out into the world in waves that cannot be ignored. I want you to understand this deeply. The signs are not the destination. They are the invitation. Too many get stuck at the surface, obsessing over what 111 means or what 444 is trying to say, as if the numbers themselves are the magic. But the real power is you. The numbers, the synchronicities, they are like spiritual GPS signals saying, you are on the path. Keep going. But where is the path leading? That is the question. The path is leading you to mastery of your destiny, to a life where you are no longer a passenger, but the conscious driver of your reality. Let's go deeper. When you begin to awaken, your frequency rises. It's like tuning a radio. Suddenly, you're no longer on the static-filled station of fear, doubt, and limitation. You're tuned into the frequency of synchronicity, purpose, and alignment. And guess what? On this frequency, you begin to attract opportunities, people, ideas, and experiences that are in harmony with your soul's mission. This is not New Age fantasy. This is the science of vibration, the spiritual physics of resonance. When your inner world shifts, your outer world reflects it, period. But here's the hidden truth most never realize. With awareness comes responsibility. You've asked for signs. You've seen them. Now the universe asks, what will you do with them? You can't unsee the truth. Once you know, you know. And that knowing demands action. It demands that you stop living a life that isn't yours, that you break free from the programming of society, from the fear of judgment, from the need for approval. Mastery begins the moment you take radical responsibility for your life and say, no more excuses. No more delay. I am ready. Ready to become who you were always meant to be. I've walked this path, and I've seen many others walk it. And every single time, the transition from signs to mastery begins with a leap of faith. The signs often lead to a decision point, a choice that feels risky, uncomfortable, even terrifying. Leave the job. Start the dream. Speak your truth. End the toxic relationship. Trust the vision. These are not easy decisions, but they are necessary. Because every time you say yes to your soul, you align more deeply with the flow of the universe. And when you are in that flow, things begin to happen that seem miraculous. Doors open, support arrives, clarity floods in. You're no longer forcing life. You're co-creating with it. But let's get real. Mastery isn't about perfection. It's not about being enlightened all the time or never making mistakes. It's about resilience. It's about awareness. It's about waking up every day and choosing alignment, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. Because every challenge is a test, not from some judgmental God, but from your own soul, asking, are you ready to embody what you know? Are you ready to live what you believe? Chosen ones are tested not because they are weak, but because they are strong. The fire you walk through is what forges your power. And make no mistake, you are powerful beyond measure. Let me ask you something that will change your life if you answer it honestly. If you had no fear, no doubt, no limitations, what would you do today? What truth would you act on? What dream would you chase? Who would you become? The answer to that question is your roadmap. The gap between where you are and where you could be is the space where mastery is born. And you don't have to leap across that gap all at once. You just have to take the next step, and then the next, with faith, with courage, with trust. One of the greatest tools you can use as you step into mastery is presence. The present moment is where your power lives. Not in the past, not in the future. Here, now. When you are fully present, the noise of the world fades and the guidance becomes crystal clear. The next action, the next insight, the next opportunity, it's all right here. Most people miss it because they're distracted, lost in worry, or clinging to what was. But you, chosen one, you are learning to be still, to listen, to act from intuition, not fear. That's mastery. Another tool is service. True chosen ones know that their gifts are not just for them, they are for the world. Your healing becomes a catalyst for others to heal. Your courage becomes a spark for others to rise. Your authenticity becomes a permission slip for others to live their truth. The more you serve, the more aligned you become. Because service is the natural expression of awakened power. And here's the paradox: the more you give, the more you receive. Not because you're trying to get, but because life flows through those who allow themselves to be vessels of love, light, and truth. I want you to feel this in your bones. You are here on purpose. Your life is not an accident. Your struggles were not random. Your gifts are not small. The fact that you are here, now, listening to these words, is proof that you are ready. Ready to shift from seeking to embodying. Ready to stop watching others live their purpose and start living yours. The time of waiting is over. The time of action is now. But I must warn you, when you step into mastery, the world will test you. Not to break you, but to reveal you. People may not understand you. Some may resist your growth because it threatens their comfort. You may feel alone at times, but solitude is the womb of greatness. Do not fear it. Embrace it. Use it. In the stillness, you will find strength. In the silence, you will hear the guidance that no one else can hear. And when the world doubts you, when the path feels uncertain, remember the signs. Remember the synchronicities. They were not just moments, they were markers of destiny. Proof that something greater is guiding you. Lean on that faith. Trust that every step you take in alignment will be supported, even if you cannot see how. Let me ask you one final question that will echo in your heart long after this ends. When your time in this world is done, and you look back on your life, will you be proud of the risks you took, the truth you lived, and the love you gave, or will you wish you had answered the call when the signs appeared? The choice is yours. Mastery or mediocrity, expansion or stagnation, freedom or fear. The signs have led you here. Your time has arrived, and the world is waiting for you to rise. Let them see what a chosen one looks like in full power. Let them feel the impact of a soul who dared to live their truth. Let them be changed because you had the courage to answer the call. This is your time. Step into it.